Hey guys, it's Gemma and welcome back to my channel. This week's video is going to be slightly different than what I'm used to uploading on my channel. That's because I'm kind of doing a review, first impressions demo type video. Before I get started, I just want to mention my hair is like slightly pink. It's not really matching my shirt, but I was wearing this shirt and I did not feel like getting dressed. So it is slightly pink. It was more pink at one point. I'm actually going to get it re-dyed and hope that the color will stay a bit longer. So yeah, if it looks kind of pinky, that's why. I'm going to be trying out these bad boys here. I'm literally so excited to try these out. These are Mermaid brushes that I got from Primark, so I'm really excited to try them out because they're so god darn cute, as you can see, and I've never tried out Primark beauty before, so I'm really excited to see. So this is what they look like. I'm just going to take them out of the packaging. They are so gorgeous. I hope I'm in focus. I think I am. It's like this cobalt navy blue brush with a white tip, which I love. And then the barrel here is this pink, and then it goes from a light pink to a navy blue. You can, however, tell that they're Primark quality just because, like, I feel like this one, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this one goes more to like silver and then to blue, and I feel like this one goes to purple and then to blue. So they're all like uneven, and they're obviously not going to be perfect, but that's kind of to be expected when you're buying Primark. I feel like, you know, if these were like expensive, you would get higher quality, but you're kind of paying for what you're getting. But these are 12 euros. I bought them here in the Netherlands. I bought them on Wednesday, so by the time you're watching this, hopefully they're still available. I'll try and leave a link down below if I can. But they're literally so gorgeous, and I'm so excited because even if these don't turn out to be really good brushes, I'm probably gonna just like display them somewhere. It comes with this powder brush, which powder brushes are always useful. This blush brush, which a foundation brush, which I have so many of these. You have, I think they call this the eye contour brush or something. It's essentially a huge fluffy brush. It's a little bit oddly shaped right now because of it when it was in the packaging. I feel like this is huge for on the eyes, but this could also work really nice for highlighter. And then an eyeliner brush. Okay, so the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25-hour foundation with Comfort Serum. This is in the shade 201 Classic Beige, and I'll make sure to leave all the products I use down below, like the brushes as well as the actual makeup. I never really use foundation brushes, so we're just gonna see how this goes. Okay, so if I look this way here, it's because I've got my little mirror here because the viewfinder is not quite good enough for this, so I'm just gonna see how this goes. I feel like this would literally take forever. Let me know if any of you guys actually do your foundation with one of these brushes, because if you do, like, let me know if it takes long, because like I would not have the patience to sit here and like put my foundation on like this. My hair's in the way. Ugh. My god darn hair. I don't have a spare hand to pull it back, so we're just gonna have to do. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks fine. It's kind of hard for me to tell in the viewfinder because my lighting's really bad right now, so I'm gonna have to adjust that in editing and hope that you can see. I put way too much product on this side of my face. I'm not really the biggest fan of applying foundation with such a small brush. Like, it literally takes forever, whereas with like a beauty blender you can just like blend it in like 10 times quicker. And I felt like I needed a lot, like I felt like you couldn't really apply a thin layer of product. I don't know if that's just me and in my head and that I just like applied too much makeup, but I feel like it just feels really heavy and thick, and I know that that's the foundation because the foundation is really quite full coverage, but I feel like with the beauty blender you can just get quite like a lighter finish, and it can just feel a lot more comfortable on the skin. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is my favorite way of applying foundation. Okay, so I just kind of wiped off the brush a little bit, and I'm going to try using it with my concealer and see how that works. I'm using the Maybelline New York Dream Brightening Creamy Concealer in number 20. This is my second time using this concealer, and it's definitely a light to medium coverage concealer. It's not going to cover everything up, but that's personally the finish that I like. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this under my eyes and try and blend it out to the best of my ability with this brush. Okay, so that did not work at all. I'm actually maybe going to try and move you guys over there because I feel like there's a lot better light coming from there, but that literally did not work. I'm not a fan of this brush, whether it's the quality of this brush or just this kind of type of brush that I never use. I'm not sure, so I'm just going to give a pass on this brush. I'm not a fan of this one. Okay, so I've just blended in that concealer and put it in some other areas of my face. I actually really do quite like that concealer. It's not as heavy coverage or anything like that, but I really like it. Also, this lighting makes it look like I have a monobrow. I swear I don't, and I don't know, I feel like I look really weird. I'm just not used to doing my makeup on camera, and I also just quickly want to say I am no professional in any way, shape, or form. I'm literally an amateur, I will say it, but I kind of do what I think looks right and base what I'm saying on my personal opinion and personal experience and like what I think works and what I think doesn't. So if you think what my face looks like right now is absolutely crap, then you can think that. I really, like, that's, you're open to your own opinion. I just feel like it looks so different on camera. I'm just not used to seeing myself on camera putting my makeup on. It's so weird. I also have to figure out a lighting situation. I'm in my empty house, in our empty house in Holland, and literally there's a bed in here, there's this little chair I'm sitting on, and suitcases everywhere, and there's a huge tree blocking that window, there's buildings blocking that window, and so hopefully in the future my makeup videos will improve a little bit because right now it's a little amateurish, but once I get to Romania I'm going to sort out a good setup. But I'm going to go ahead and use the powder brush, and I'm going to use my Rimmel London Stay Matte, and I'm going to try and set my face with that. I mean, like I said, there's nothing really that can go wrong with the powder brush, but I do really like the way it looks. It looks just perfectly fine. I do definitely think this is more of a face brush. I think this is just a tad too big to set the under eyes with. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and like really lightly bronzed my face. Not really much, but just a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the blush brush and use my Tarte Amazonian Clay 12 Hour Blush in Captivating. It's just a really nice summery brush, and I'm just going to get the side of the brush in the product, work that on the apples of my cheeks, and then just blend it outwards. Okay, that picked up the product really well. I feel like I put way too much on now. That works really, I actually really like this brush. I'm a fan of that one. I don't know, I really quite like that blush. It's barely even showing up on camera, which is always nice. But I really actually quite like this brush for that. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. Now we're on to the eye brush, which is so big. I feel like this is way too big, but I'm gonna be using the contour, or the bronzing shade that I use, which is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. I mean, I'm not really a fan. Like, it applied the product perfectly fine. I just feel like the brush is way too big because you can see the product went right up until my brow bone, which is not what I like. I like it to have a little bit more space, kind of like this section here. But that is so hard to do with such a big brush. I'm just going to try the other side and try to keep it lower. I just feel like it's so huge. Like, that kind of worked. Like, it definitely just applies product perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like this size is massive. I'm just going to show you guys the size of brush that I normally use to kind of use as my transition shade brush. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to try this brush out for highlighting. So I'm going to take my Anastasia Glow Kit in Sun Dipped, and I'm going to take the shade Moonstone. And we're going to try this, see what happens. See what happens. That is so gorgeous. I'm a fan of this one now. I was hating the brush earlier, but I'm kind of liking it now. I feel like for the eyes, this brush is way too big, but for like highlight, I think it's just a really nice size. So in the crease, I'm using that, I have that Essence bronzer shade, and on the lids, I've just popped this shade Glam from my Tarte Pro palette, and I'm gonna use this eyeliner shade with the shade, eyeliner brush with the shade, I think I'm gonna mix Edgy and Bold because I'm not a huge fan of this just because I feel like it's quite thick, and I have really hooded eyes, so I feel like if I look straight with this thick of eyeliner, you can like barely even see any of the like other lid colors that I've put on. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and put on my mascara and lips. For mascara, I'm wearing my Rimmel London Volume Colorist Mascara, and for lips, I'm wearing the Maybelline New York Vivid Hot Lacquer in 62 Charmer. As for these brushes, I am actually quite impressed. There's nothing wrong with these brushes. I feel like they apply product like how you would expect a brush to apply product. I don't think any of them work really bad or anything like that. They're really not as bad as you would think Primark brushes to be, especially considering you're paying 12 euros for it, which a brush on its own would normally be 12 euros from like Real Techniques or anything like that. So you're getting a really awesome deal getting 5 brushes. Powder brush, big fan. Not necessarily for underneath the eyes, but for setting your face or areas of your face. Like if you just want to set your T-zone, that's totally fine as well. It works really well. Blush brush, I'm a really big fan of. I really like this one. Foundation brush, not the biggest fan of, but that's more the type of brush than this specific one. I never really use these. I use buffing brushes or beauty blenders, but if this is the kind of brush you use, then it could work for you. If not, try it out with concealer. I feel like it's way too small for foundation, but try it out with concealer, see what you think, and otherwise it still looks cute. The eye brush, way too big for eyes in my personal opinion, but for highlighter I think it's perfect, like I said. And the eyeliner brush I think is just a tad too thick for me, but I feel like if you use gel eyeliner and you kind of swipe it like left and right in your liner, it can thin it out a little bit and it can work really well. Or if you like a thicker eyeliner look, then this one will work well, but I just never really kind of use these type of brushes, so that's why I feel like I don't like these as much. Yeah, that was it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of different to what I'm normally used to, or what you're normally used to. I also know I'm looking at the viewfinder a lot. I'm trying my best not to. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a big or small thumbs up if you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Comment down below any other videos you'd like to see from me. Subscribe if you're new around here and you want to see more of my face, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye!